What are we gonna talk about? Just whatever.
Yeah. We'll start out with basic questions, and then. All right, I'll get the notification in a minute. All right. All right, so I can see the chat on my end, so that means we're running live. Just a heads up, we're 30 seconds behind. So everything we say, someone's going to see 30 seconds later.
Oh, okay.
Right,
so. Looks like we just went live. Video's playing on my phone here.
Okay, good.
I can't believe China's playing.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, guys. All right, good. Everyone's on. All right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. As you can see, Prepper Princess is the guest today. So we're going to have a bit of an open discussion, and we're just going to wing it for about an hour. I do have some questions for her, but I got to pull them up. So, Prepper Princess, you could take the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm Prepper Princess. I don't know how to start. A lot of people are talking already in the chat section about the video that I made yesterday. My retribution for being, I don't know what you would call it. It's technically not legally stalking. It's technically not legally doxing. It's technically not legally harassment. But, I don't know. It was like I was on the back end just... I don't know. It's like he had all of my information and he was promoting all of my information to everyone. And I was like, I was trying to make him do the right thing behind the scenes. He wouldn't do it. And then I was like, okay, fine, tag you back. The thing about this guy is that he's really, he's a ghost on the internet. Like, very, very difficult to find. But I found him. So... It was funny. He
behind the scenes, I was like, "Hey, take it down, or I'm going to tell everyone who you are." And then he tried to negotiate with me, like, "Hey, okay, I'll take this part of the blog down, and I'll take down that part of the blog and this part, but I'll leave in the rest." And I was like, no, like, take the whole thing down about me, or I'm just going to make a video about you." And he didn't respond. And I said, "You've got by the 8th or the 9th or whatever it was," and he didn't respond. And so I was like, okay. And then a lot of the women are saying, "You shouldn't have done that. That's so scary." And then the men are like, "Yeah, time for an ass whooping." So it was back or forth one way or the other. But I don't regret doing it because this crazy guy already had all my information, knew where I lived. And I was the only one who knew that he knew. So all of my subscribers out there who want to protect me, like, yeah, they need to know about this guy too. So put it out there.
All right. So, listen, guys, here it is. The sound is better. All right, good. I was trying to figure out the water dripping sound I'm trying to get rid of right now. But bear with me. This is my first time doing a live stream with somebody else. So I'm trying to figure out all the BS that's going along with it. Did the water drop sound stop? That's what I want to know.
No, I can hear him.
You can hear it on my end?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear it now?
No.
No, right?
No. I cannot not hear it.
Let's see something.
And Prepper Princess has an echo.
Yes, I keep hearing, but I don't hear an echo on my end. I got all the sound down. You can hear the beeping sound again, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what it is, because
it looks like it's every time somebody puts up a comment.
Well, right.
I hear that.
And I'm trying to see how I can get rid of that on here. So this computer is trying to hold up its own, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer. Because again, this is the first time. Audio monitoring is off. All right. I guess.
It stopped.
Yeah, stop because everyone else stopped commenting so far. On here, that is.
Someone said mute your notifications.
Yeah, it's not my. Oh, I see what you're saying. Mute notifications. Well, no, it's the notifications with this app I'm using. So let's see. Give me a second. Anyway, guys. So while I'm going over this technical difficulty, which is weird to say. Hold on. There is. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. You just muted something.
I did. How about now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this computer can handle the load. So it is what it is. So it'll handle it till it can't, right? So and then after that we'll start up one more time and then we'll get it done after that. So guys, the popping sound or the dripping sound is the sound of comments being made. As of right now, I don't know how to turn that off. So bear with it if you can. Trust me, it's annoying to me too. But normally I'm able to turn down the sound here and still hear you guys. But something screwed up my last live stream. So anyway, give me 1 second.
And just so you know, guys, there's a 30-second delay. So what I'm seeing, I'm watching the chat on my iPhone, and it's showing me just fixing my shirt, and I did that like 30 seconds ago. So I am reading all your comments. If you have any questions, put them in big, bold letters.
Yes, absolutely. Big, bold letters work. So, let's see, overlay recording, output options window.
And yes, you should keep cache in case of a shutdown or anything else.
Right, guys. So I want to do one clarification. So there was a bit of not pushback, but a couple of people. My last video talking about the EMP explosion. My computer is going haywire on me right now. Give me 2 seconds. But let me start off by saying anything that I bring to the forefront in these in my videos is just a heads up. That's all it is. It's not to get anybody worried. It's not to. I'm going to do a full video on it, but a lot of people are, I guess, just like the EMP thing. They said it's not going to happen because X, Y, and Z. Well, like I said before, this is just to get you aware of what's going on. That's it. It's to put whatever situation's happening on your radar, so that we're not caught off guard. Because that is why we prep, guys. We prep so we're not caught off guard. Sorry about that. So that's all it is. I'm not trying to fearmonger, and a couple people, of course, they said that, and I really do not care what people think, but I do want to clarify certain things because sometimes in videos you'll explain yourself, and then when you press upload and then video comes out, you're looking at the video and you're like, shit, I should have said this, I should have said that. So there are a lot of things I should have said in hindsight, if you will. So that being said, I'm going to do a full video probably tomorrow, right? But anyway, that's there. So I do want to start out with some questions for you, Prepper Princess, and it's it's basic questions. Now, my first question is, how long have you been prepping?
About 10 years.
10 years, very good. What got you into prepping?
That's a good question. I don't really remember. back when my mom died and I moved into her house, I had paid everything off, and it just seemed like the next logical step was prepping. And then I started doing all my research, and I was like, oh my god, we just live on like the thinnest line of any catastrophe that you can imagine. Like everything is so delicate and intertwined. If one thing goes wrong, it's like throwing a wrench into the engine. Like everything will just implode on itself. So I started that way, and I was watching all these prepping channels, and they were like very fear-based, very fear-mongering, and they were always selling this gear that I could never afford, like these $10,000 pieces of equipment and $10,000 bug-out bags, and I was like, that's really, really way expensive for what I can do, and I was like, and then I made a comment in somebody's video, and they're like, well, why don't you make a video? And I was like, okay. So I just started from there, and then my first videos were actually about money saving, and then they didn't do so well. And then I did a couple videos on prepping, and it just blew up. It just exploded. And then somebody said, "Why don't you monetize?" I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." And they didn't get me paid for like 3 or 4 months because I didn't know how to monetize. I'm not very tech savvy. Got my first check for like $700, and I was like, "Oh, okay, great." And then I just kept going with it. But that was like for 4 months worth of work. And my dog was sick at the time, so all of the YouTube money was going to pay for her medication. Exciting, right?
Very good. So, Cassandra and Michael, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thanks again. So, my next question, or questions. So, what were you prepping for, or what are you prepping for, if you will?
I guess it would just be mostly a big financial collapse. That I see. You were just talking about an EMP. I think that an EMP is too direct, and we have the biggest army and biggest military in the world. If somebody throws an EMP, it's just mutual devastation. I think that they're a little bit, unless you have a complete insane person in rule who wants to get caught and start a World War III, I don't think that that's really the best, the way I would go about it, it would just be to effectively take out the power grid. What's the word? Like synchronizing attacks on the power grid would be a lot less direct than an EMP, and you could get away with it. And we wouldn't know who we were at war with, and then we'd end up being at war with ourselves because the delicate system. So, grid down and economic collapse are my two biggest things. But right now, we're in the middle of everything.
Well, yeah, listen. It's almost as if, it was like just the year for all of it to come to. Sean, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, so the dripping water sound should have been gone. Do me a favor and confirm it, because I turned it off on my end. Like off. Can anyone still hear it? No?
And I can't hear the dripping, and somebody says that I'm echoing, but they said turn my phone down. I'm not on a phone.
Yeah, I don't have anything on either, and you're not echoing on my part though.
I can't hear any. Yeah, I don't hear any echo.
Yeah. And you're not echoing that bad on here. I turned it off on my end, like off. Yeah, you're not. Can anyone still hear it? No.
I can't hear the dripping, and somebody says that I'm echoing.
Yeah, you're echoing slightly, but whatever.
I can get a different microphone and try that.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see. Why not?
Okay.
So, guys, listen. Again, for those of you who are going to donate, if you do, and I miss it, I'm thanking you ahead of time while this is going on. The dripping is gone. Nope, good. It's gone. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just figured out how to turn it off. Again, this is my first time doing something like this. So, obviously, I'm getting out all the bugs now. But, again, thank you for the backup and the confirmation. So, guys, if anything should happen, if I go off the air, I think my computer is struggling to keep up. There's a lot going on. I have Skype going at the same time because I have Skype interacting with the app I use called Ecamm for the live stream. So this computer right now is showing me it can't handle this. So I was in the process of getting a new computer. This is going to make it so. So, I'm going to have more interviews, obviously. And yes, for the echoing, no drip. You guys complain a lot.
Am I echoing still? Test 1 2.
It can't handle this. So I was in the process of getting a new computer. Hold on. This is going to make it so. So, I'm going to have more interviews, obviously. Okay. All right, guys. So far, is she still echoing? No, you didn't sound like you.
No echo. Somebody said she sounds better.
No. Right. You sound better. That's good. Yep.
Okay.
And on a couple, people said the echoing is good. Very good. So now that we got past all of that BS, all right, good. So let's move to the next question. Now, I mean, and this is a what you call a question, but being that you were, for financial collapse, what are you worried about as the rest of this year plays out? Like, what's your biggest fear while we have all these things going on? We have COVID, we have economic woes, we have civil unrest. What is your big worry as of right now?
Well, I think that the coming election is going to be pretty much the peak of everything that's going to happen. So if the Democrats win, the stock market's going to crash. If the Republicans win, there's going to be riots in the streets. So right now, it's economic collapse and riots. And also, if the Democrats win, I think that the depression that we're in, I don't think we're in a recession. I think we are, in fact, in a depression. It's going to just go on for years. So getting ready for a depression is what I'm doing right now. Quote unquote, the financial collapse or losing in the stock market. Those are the two things that I'm focusing on right now. Also waiting for a housing market crash so I can make a few purchases.
Okay, very good. Brian, thank you for the donation. And LC, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Guys trying to keep up with this, what you call it, but it's speeding by. Listen, I you know what? I'm trying not to worry about anything. I'm just trying to keep it one event at a time, if you will, because it's it's insane. Obviously,
it's overwhelming.
Yes, Holly, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Again, the computer on my side, you got to see it. It's like it's struggling like you wouldn't believe. I'm 1,000% sure I probably got another half hour before it tears me a new one. So, the election, and I have to talk. I'm not asking for who you're voting for, because that'll start a firestorm in the side.
I'm voting for Captain America.
I would definitely write his name in. Make your mic louder. All right. Someone said make my mic louder, so here I go. Do I sound louder? Or the same? Same? All right. Again, trying to figure all of this out. I don't know how sound guys do it. This is pretty interesting. I'm actually having a good time trying to troubleshoot all of this while we're doing this. Now, let's see. As far as the election goes, do you have a bug out plan? And not saying where. I just, asking a general question.
That's in everybody. I think that's in everybody's plan. Yeah, I do have a bug out plan if necessary. But the place that I live is a constitutional carry state, and even the area that I live in is like, nobody's going to want to start a riot here. Nobody's going to want to mess with this area. But if they did, there is a bug out plan. But, I mean, you keep everything in your car. I've got my bug out roll from Canadian Prepper too. So backpack on, prepper roll. I'm on my way.
Very good. Bruce, Ronald, and Dan, thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. Again, if I miss anyone, I apologize. I'm trying to, get out of the way. Now, the reason why I asked you about the bug out, the reason why I was asking that question, because I get emails from people who tell me bugging out is not in their cards. Like, they can't do it. They don't have the They don't have not the wherewithal. They just don't have the energy, the strength, the time, or the money to do it. And listen, when I first started doing this YouTube, I thought every last prepper that ever interacted with, they had a plan. But apparently, they don't. Now, I also did a video on bugging out. And the thing with bugging out is, for a lot of you guys that are listening right now, bugging out is a last resort option. That is not something you go to first, right? You don't go, you know what, you don't hear a gunshot and go, oh, shit, we're getting the hell out of here. You wait till things get bad and then you bounce. It's not the first go-to. Because bugging out is extremely hard. I'm releasing a video tomorrow about the stresses of bugging out. And then I have a video before that about bugging out being the last resort. So I'll be releasing 2 videos tomorrow.
Well, I think people who talk about bugging out, I think that they look at it like I'm going camping. Like, no, bugging out is not camping.
No.
It's not camping. You're not going to drive to your campground and bring your whole house with you with nice little chairs and some s'mores to put on the fire. That's not bugging out. Bugging out is going out with nothing and walking and hoping to survive out there. 95% of the people will not make it bugging out. I mean, you've seen the TV show Alone, Naked and Afraid, TV shows like that. So many people in those tap out, and they're supposedly professionals.
Right.
So if you do have to bug out, I would hope that if I were bugging out, it would be just to get to my secondary location. I don't want to bug out forever. I can't. I'm not built for that. I don't even go camping. I go glamping. I'm not built for permanent bugging out.
Right. All right. And that's the thing. The other part of bugging out, it's more psychological than it is actual physical. Right. I mean, physical plays a huge role. Because you have a pack on, you're mounting it, and then you're walking. But the psychological problems that come behind it, that's what everybody fails to realize. Sorry.
Yeah, you've got loneliness. You got your head on a swivel 24/7.
Right.
Hoping somebody doesn't come and steal all your gear. It's all psychological too. You're right, absolutely.
And I don't know. I think people just think, like you said, they're gonna go out in the woods and they're like, dude, I got this. No, you don't. I mean, listen, my group, COVID hit, so we haven't done anything in a while, but we do bug out weekends, and this is where we practice with bug out bags. We do fire watches, which means people are either watching the fire, they're watching the campground. We do different things. Wild Aside, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So we do things, and people realize how hard it is at that level, and that's where everything's still intact. We're not running for our lives or defending our lives or watching a camp because our lives depend on it. All of that is an entirely new ball game. And now you're worried about walking. Are you going in the right direction? What's ahead of me now? You're always worried about the next step. So it's so many things that go into bugging out. I guess I was under the impression that everyone knew that bugging out was like a last resort, and a lot of people don't realize that. And that was in part my fault, because after the channel blew up, I'm just assuming everyone who is on the channel or subscribed to me knows that, but I can't assume that anymore. And that was shame on me.
No, and don't forget that 70% of the population is on some sort of medication, and 90% of those medications come from China. So if 70% of people are on medications and they're trying to bug out, they're not going to have access to their medications. You could very well just die because of lack of medication. Right.
So, Dan, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. And you're right about that. That's another thing that people don't, they don't realize. They think their medication is always going to be, around. So, next question. So this is you answered. I think you answered it on my community board, but I have to ask you here because I have you here. The question is, if you came upon an obvious prepper emergency stash, would you take it or would you leave it?
I would take only what I needed, and then I would leave the rest.
Very good. I get that one a lot, and there's no with that question. I tell people all the time, because I've seen people banter about it, but there is no right or wrong question. Because now, if you're taking everything to be, like a dick, because the guy was like, you know what, he shouldn't have left it here, and you take it, right, that's a little bit of an asshole move. But if you're taking what you need because you need it, then, you know, that's good. The other side of that coin is maybe that guy, that prepper, left it there for that reason. Maybe he left it there behind so that we could find it and you know, and do something with it.
Well, somebody mentioned on your community board, I wouldn't take any of it. What if it's poisoned? I think they saw that Fear the Walking Dead episode where there was a box on the side of the road, said take what you need or something like that, leave what you can.
Right.
And some lady went on and poisoned it.
That is true. Right. There is something to be said about that. Jennifer, thank you for the donation. And I'm going to direct this question to you, the question I was asked. You already answered it, but I guess you might need to mention it again. Do you think depression's coming or not?
Me?
You. Yes, you.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it's coming. I think we're already in a depression, but the numbers are inflated and twisted in a way that makes it look like we're just in a recession. But we are definitely in a negative. We hit the negative GDP for the first time since the 1930s. Like, we're screwed. They're going to keep printing. Our dollar's going to get devalued. It's not a pretty situation that we're in right now.
All right, very good. Like I said, that was one of the questions I was asked via Super Chat. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah. If you look if you're looking on your screen, you'll see like the donation, and then you'll see like a question under it. The question was geared towards one of us, but I'd rather you would answer it because you have a financial background. Now, this is it's an obvious answer to the question, but I'm pretty sure people are want to know. Do you have firearm training?
Yeah.
Very good. Right? I know a lot of people they get a firearm and they have zero training, and then you know.
I would really like to work on other stuff though. Like I want to do archery and slingshot. I have a slingshot that I haven't shot in like 10 years. I want to get back to that. And yeah. I want to learn how to make a potato gun too. Is that random? But yeah, I want to get into other stuff too.
Yeah, the potato gun's pretty cool. I've seen that done before. I thought that was pretty impressive, if you might add. So for those of you that keep wondering what I'm looking off at, I'm looking off at the screen. I think.
And I'm looking down to try and read your comments. I can't see any comments up on the screen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at my iPad, which is over here, and the mic's in the way, and it's in a really shitty position right now. But anyway.
9 mil count. 9 mil, Sean.
Someone asked you what you carry?
Well, yeah. They said, what's your preferred caliber? 9 mil, and I've got a 357, but it's a hand cannon. So that one's just for like shooting on the range. But my 9 mil is my open carry.
All right. Very good. Now, I have to ask you this. Now, it's not that I don't have to ask you, but I'm curious. How was the whole COVID event in your state?
I don't know. I'm kind of an introvert, so I'm sort of a shut-in anyway. But they closed down like literally everything. The access to the river, they fenced off the entire river. Like any river where you didn't have to go through like bushes and brush and it was like an open path, it was all fenced off. You could not get in. On the weekends, they even fenced off the parking lot so people couldn't park. You could go across the river into Nevada. Like in the beginning of the COVID, everything was closed. Like there was nothing but Walmart or Home Depot. Those are your two choices. But after a while, they opened up Nevada, and the people from our side were going over to Nevada to do any sort of activity. They closed down the river. No sea-doos, no boats, no fishing, no nothing. You can't even go out on the river. But once Nevada opened up, all of the people on our side were driving over there to get their entertainment. But yeah, they're slowly opening up. I just noticed some sea-doos on the river this weekend, which means that they're renting out the sea-doos off of the highway again. So it's starting to get like a lot more open.
Okay, very good.
I don't know if the bars are open again, but I think everything else is.
20th Division Prepper. No, I did not get any guns yet because all the offices to get your gun permits are closed. So unfortunately, I have to use harsh language and rocks because that's all I have.
Rock. You have glass, right?
I do have glass. I could do that too. It's just that and they're not rushing to open those offices, so it is what it is. I don't think that's the priority of the city. As you see the crime and everything going up, and the economy in the city is going down because all the money's leaving. Chuck Marsh, my go-to knife is my BK9, the Beckett 9. That is my go-to. You could do a lot of things with that knife. You could do damage. You could carve wood. You can cut food. You could. There's a lot. So that's my go-to knife. So what is yours?
I have no idea what brand it is. It was my mother's. It's just kind of like a generational thing. It came in a leather sheath. I have no clue what brand it is. Oh. It's the only one I use, though.
That's a good, honest answer. Instead of like, well, I love this knife by Mora, and it's like the general, question. So, Dan, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So let's a couple of fun questions. Human questions, if you will. Nothing prepper related. So, what is your favorite color?
Green.
I'm going to ask you dog or cat. I know the answer, but...
Well, no, actually, I like cats just as much as I like dogs. But Rocky doesn't get along with any other animal. He loves people, but not animals, so I can't get any other animals.
Okay, fair enough. Six Actual, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Favorite movie genre?
Action or... that is... can I... either... Oh, it's a 50-50 between action or sci-fi.
Okay, very, very good. Favorite prepper movie? Prepper-based movie?
The Road.
Okay. That's actually really, really depressing. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say the Book of Eli, but that one's even more depressing to me. Because at least at the end of The Road, the kid lives. At the end of the Book of Eli, Eli's dead. That's not fair.
Yeah, true. That is true. I do. Okay, and favorite prepper food?
You mean like brand?
No, if you were, holy shit. All right, so Martha Charles, that's my mother. So she just donated, and she really never watches this, so she's watching it tonight. That's pretty cool.
Hi, Martha.
They say, hi, Mom. Well, favorite prepper food, meaning the shit is on. What is your go-to food that you would eat during a disaster scenario?
Mountain House, mashed potatoes, and gravy and chicken. They have a chicken mashed potatoes in a pouch.
No shit, no kidding.
It's hella good. Yeah, you should try it.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a whirl. All right, so let's see. What else? Oh, favorite prepper item?
I gotta go with my Kodiak.
Really?
Yeah, the Kodiak solar generator. It powers everything. Right now, you see the lights behind me, that's all on solar. Those are being powered by my Jackery, and I've got my entire living room powered by my Kodiak. So my solar is my favorite.
No kidding.
I like the All-American Sun Oven too, but yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go with solar.
Very good.
What's yours on that one? I'm curious about that one on yours.
Which, the prepper item?
Favorite prepper item?
Oh, shit. My favorite prepper item would probably right now, be my pressure canner.
Ooh.
It wasn't a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but now it is. That's my favorite because it allows me to, more food. Jason and Gary, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
I would love to see you in a frilly pink apron in front of the canner doing some canning on your channel.
That was an idea. And the only person who would get me to do that would be my daughter. So, you know.
Well, you guys could wear matching aprons. That would be adorable.
Probably. And then I would definitely lose testosterone points on that one. But, so now, let's take, what are we? We're at the half-hour mark, so we probably got another 20 minutes or so. So someone, Pinball Wizard, he says, get training in close quarter combat. Do you have training in that?
Yes.
You do? Very good.
Mm-hmm. MMA. Mostly MMA.
MMA? Okay, yeah. So then obviously you went to like a local school in your area.
Back in California, yeah. Here I'm going to start taking boxing, but every time I go to the gym, they're not open.
Well, you know, COVID.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. My boxing team, the fire department boxing team, they're not meeting in the gyms yet because, you know, everything that's going on. I really, really enjoy boxing. You know, at best, I thought it was like something easy, but it really isn't. Yeah.
It's. Uh-oh, you froze.
Did I freeze?
Oh, you're back.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's the signaling and stuff like that. Jackery solar. That's what you said. Jackery solar generator.
Yeah. Well, the Kodiak is my favorite. It's the original, and right now they've got the Energy Flex coming out, which I have not used.
Okay.
The stuff that's on in the background, these two lamps,
right.
Those are powered by the Jackery, which is a smaller unit.
Okay. I definitely gotta look into that, being that I live in the city. I am going into overtime with, you know, looking for solar generation stuff because my backup plan, you know, should I have to use it, you know, I don't want to be caught with my pants down kind of deal.
Well, do your windows open? Would you be able to put a solar panel like hanging outside the window or duct tape it to the outside?
No, the window behind me here, it's faces a building, so we don't get any sun. So I would have to hopefully get a cable long enough to go to the roof and leave it up there.
How many floors down are you from the roof?
1 floor. So actually 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the 5th floor, we have the 6th floor, and then we have the roof. So the cable would have to be probably 20, 30 feet.
That's a long cable. You're going to lose a lot of power in that cable.
That was my issue with that. Because you know, obviously the shorter it is, the better the charge. And it would.
Well, I mean, anything's better than nothing, right?
True, very true.
Yeah.
I just don't. I wouldn't know what to do with that. But I do want to give it a shot. I'd rather practice that now than wait, you know, down the line. Wait down the line and not have it work. Kurt, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. And then Dan McMasters, I appreciate the donation. That's thank you for all the donations you gave today. I appreciate it.
Sandy, Jackery is second best to Kodiak. Sorry, she was asking a question.
Okay, all right. It's the second best. Listen, I have to, you know, go in a high gear and get this done. Got it. John Smith, do me a favor, John Smith. Can you email me that advice you just gave me? Because I've been looking for something like that. I don't want to get into that right now. But email me that idea you just sent. Because obviously, you know, we're doing more of these interviews and live streams, interviewing people. I need something a little bigger and stronger. So, you know, again, thank you for that. And guys, if you have any ideas, anything like that, you can email me at angryprepper@gmail.com.
Whoa, somebody just put in $100.
Really?
Yeah.
Handsome Jack, thank you, man. Okay, so his question is, what are the top 3 preps, realistic, no Apache helicopters, you don't have, but wish you had? 3. Jesus.
You go first.
My 3, Mel, thank you for the donation. My 3 would be a solar generator. That's one. I wish I had one of those. I wish I had a comm system, like a CB radio system here as well. I don't have room for it. Some people say I could squeeze it and the corner over here. And then a gun. I wish I had firearms. Those are my three. Living in New York City, it's hard to own firearms. It's not impossible. It's just hard, and they make it hard. Hope that answered your question, ma'am.
Well, he said no Apache helicopter. Does a boat count? Is like a boat too big because for fishing? So what I'd like to own, some sort of lighting system for an aquaponic system, like a greenhouse type thing for growing my own vegetables. I'm working on that now, but very limited space. And, oh my gosh, okay, no, I'm not even going to go there because he said no Apache helicopters. An ATV for a good bug out, way to bug out, and completely off-grid solar where I could run my air conditioners.
Okay, very good. Not bad. Oh, and it was ham radios, guys. I said CB. I am so sorry. I meant ham radios. I would love to have a ham radio set up.
I just saw in Craigslist, if anybody lives in Mojave Valley, there is a ATV, amphibious ATV for sale on Craigslist for like $1,000.
That's not bad. Too bad I can't use that here in the city. That'd be awesome.
It has controls, like these two little poles. There's no handles. It's like these little things, and it's amphibious ATV. So it's a boat and an ATV in one.
Oh, damn. All right.
But it's ugly, but it's cool.
All right, guys. So we are at 1,759 views. If you can hit the like button, that would be great. If you haven't already. Jack up the like button, jacks up the channel, and it's BS. All the YouTube algorithm crap that they have going on. Autumn Night, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, yeah, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, if you like what you're seeing. I have to give you guys a warning who are new to the Angryprepper myself. I'm very straightforward, controversial, and I do a lot of cursing. So I know a lot of people cry about my cursing. It's such is life. Suck it up. We are all adults here. I get up in the morning and, clear my throat by saying fuck, shit, piss. Right? That's how I operate. It is what it is, guys. But for those of you that are new, this is, that's what I do. Now, I am going to cut down my cursing a little bit just because of YouTube and their BS. So apparently the more you curse, the less on the YouTube scale you are, right?
And limited monetization, too.
Right. Well, the monetizations, I'm perfectly fine with. If they limited it, it is what it is. I don't care. Though they do limit some videos that are just strange, So it's weird. Some of the videos I'll talk about, like starvation, they limited that. I'm like, I didn't even, the cursing was at a minimum of that one. And they still did a restriction. So YouTube, their AI is not perfect yet.
Well, there was a thing on the internet. There was a congressman who was talking about the upcoming possible famine and food shortage. He got shut right down as soon as he started talking about it.
No kidding. Okay.
So it might be YouTube's way of shutting it down before we get a chance to talk about it.
Okay, that would make some sense then. All right. That's there it is. So right. So that's one reason why I'm cutting down. I'm not cutting down because I'm not giving in to the the request. I did give in the one request. I used to say "goddamn" a lot, and I guess I have a lot of religious people here, so I try to lessen that. But as far as the cursing goes, I'm going to keep it at a minimal. And if I do go over the top, I will put a warning in the videos. But
somebody. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said I do love cursing. That's just my thing.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. Somebody just asked if you could only take one item in a bug out bag, what would you take and why?
My knife. I would take my BK, my Beckert 9. John, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
I don't even know what I'd take. I would never limit myself to one item. That just seems like a kind of silly to limit yourself to literally one thing. I guess it would be a lighter because I don't like being cold.
And, well, yeah.
Start throwing rocks at animals to try and get them to die. Not really, but I mean, come on.
Well, you know what? I would take my. I'm sorry. Let me walk that back. I take my BK9, but I would strip the coating off so that I can get fires and stuff started out of that. One knife, you can go a long way with everything. I mean, you can build traps. You can fish with it. You can build fishing items, if you will, especially if you're going to use your shoelace for fishing. There's a lot you could do with a knife versus just, someone saying, my pot. I'll take my pot with me. Yeah.
I have a fire starter boot laces on all of my shoes.
That's a good idea.
That's really random, but it has this little decorative thing on it that is, like, seriously, the flint or whatever is like this big, and then it's got this little thing that goes down at the bottom of the boot, and you sit there and it sparks.
Okay.
Good for emergency, but I mean, I don't know how good it is.
Well, I have something called Titan Survival Cord, and I was supposed to replace all my camping boots with it. I never got around to it, but that's why I bought it, because it has fire starting material in it, so that you're never caught with your pants down. Justin, thank you for the donation, and Anthony, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, guys. Guys, all the donations that you give, they're greatly appreciated. Don't ever think it's not. It's awesome what you guys do, and it's awesome what you guys have done for my channel. Prepper Princess, especially you. I have gotten a lot of subscribers because of the video I did. And again, you guys help with this channel. You guys built this channel. So there was an argument, with people like, well, you should. I do take advice from you guys. I will do that because you guys helped build my channel. When my channel was deleted, a lot of you guys came back and made my channel stronger. So I do appreciate that. Don't ever think
I wasn't serious about the pink apron, just so you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just kidding.
I wasn't actually going to wear it either.
Okay.
And listen, Dan McMasters, I appreciate the donation. Mark and Meadow Grove Girl, thank you for the donation.
Hi, Homestead Tessie's here. Hi, Homestead Tessie.
I appreciate all what you guys do. Again, with the donation. Prepper Princess, again, I have to thank you for being on here. We do have 15 minutes, so probably less than that, actually. So let's open it up to some questions. Now, if you have questions, do me a favor, like Prepper Princess said earlier, in large, bold letters, not bold letters, I'm sorry, in caps so that we see it, and direct the question to whoever you want. Best bar in town, thank you. Thank you for the
Have
donation.
you ever wanted to stop prepping from best bar in town? No. I have wanted to stop with the accumulation of tangible prepping items. So when that happens, I typically just move over to something else and start focusing on fishing or something else. But it wouldn't make me accumulate more.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. There was never a point in time where I wanted to stop prepping. I never thought to myself, this is too much, I gotta stop. I just, I do it because your family depends on it and your life depends on it. It's like insurance. We all have car insurance, and a lot of us don't want it, but we have to because, such is life. Same thing goes for prepping. You don't want to be without a safety net, if you will. Now, this thing is so... I can't wait to get another computer.
Yeah, Walmart does have a nice $5 machete. I got that $5 machete at Walmart back when it was, I think it was like $3 or $4, and I went to the desert with it, and it is a really, really good machete. I killed a rattlesnake with it. So yeah, if you guys go to Walmart, they do have a good machete. I do think it will be like Venezuela coming up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask. Someone was asking a question for you. Do you can?
No, I glamp.
Oh, no, not camping. Can. You can food?
Oh, can. No, I don't can food. It's just not, it's not something that I've ever had any interest in at all.
Yeah, you know what? I just couldn't wait to do it. I was a little excited. I think I was way too excited about canning. I don't know what that says about me, but I was definitely, excited about it. Okay, what is your line? on when you get out of the city. What is the point and what occurrence? All right, so for me to leave the city right now, it would have to be, hell. It would have to be something really bad. Now, let me start back when I was younger. I grew up in the city. I grew up in New York City. So I grew up through the 80s and 90s when the shit was bad. This is going back to that. One part of me, because I grew up with it and was used to it, I'm going back into that mode. And leaving right now is, I think, premature. Maybe I'm naive, but I think it's a little premature. I am working on getting out of here, but there's a couple of things that came into play recently that's going to now prolong the timeline. My timeline went from a year to 6 months, probably back to a year, just because of certain things that popped up. So I have to wait and see before I leave. Darla, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
I got 2 questions. One was, Prepper Princess, do you have any medical training? It is long expired, but I did have EMT training, and I got my certification. But that was forever ago, but I think, muscle memory probably does a good job. And then they said, is Arizona a good prepping state? And I think yes and no. So, Arizona is like the constitutional carry state and the right to defend your castle. Your castle is wherever your domicile is, so you can defend your castle, no questions asked. If somebody is trying to steal your car and you get into the car, your car is considered your castle because it can be used as a domicile. So there's not a lot of stealing going on in Arizona because it's an open carry state. So your safety, you're a lot safer here. I am a lot safer here than I ever was in California. When it comes to the water, I live right on the Colorado River, which has been here for over 3,000 years. So I think I'm okay in terms of water. The problem that we have is that people don't grow enough food, and they also don't look at the food that is available as food. So just as an example, today we had a windstorm, and part of my cactus fell off, 2 of the cactus pads. Instead of throwing those away, I'm going to eat them. I will be making a video on my YouTube, and it'll probably come out in like a month or something. But cactus pads are edible. The fruits that grow on cactuses are not only edible, they're delicious. You can grow a lot of citrus here, but nobody grows it. And I don't. It's hard for me to understand the concept, probably because I come from California where everyone has a garden. I come over here and there's just dirt. Like, people just fill in their driveways with gravel. And I'm like, what the heck are you guys doing? Like, why aren't you growing food? And I think that if Arizona did make the shift towards growing at least a couple fruit trees per person, we'd be in a lot better place. So when it comes to food, my biggest, or the collapse or a breakdown SHTF, my biggest issue is going to be food. I can get fish from the river, but you can't live on just fish.
Very good. Best bar in town, Tommy M. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Best bar in town asks, do you both have a strict budget for prepping?
No, I'm all prepped out.
Really?
Like, in terms of spending money,
yeah.
I'm full. I'm at capacity.
Yes, I'm not. Listen, the wife will say something different, but I think we have more room to cram more shit in. She thinks we're tapped out, but little does she know that's not it.
You know what, Jason? if you if you email me your address, I'll send you one of my generators.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a huge one, but you can watch, I just did a review on it, the Suwaki. I'll send you the generator and the solar panel that goes with it. It's going to take me time to find a box, but I'll send it to you if you want it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Holly, thank you for the donation, and Mark, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, guys. Brother Bruns, sorry. Thank you for the donation. I have such a hard time with some of these names. I don't want to, try not to mess it up. Freeze dryer, to be practical.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is
that would take place of the Apache helicopter I wanted.
A freeze dryer?
Yeah.
I wish I had the room for one of those.
They're like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they don't really take up as much room as you think. Canadian Prepper and City Prepping, they did a couple of reviews on them, and they're about... The box is only like this big.
Right.
It's not really that big. It's about the size of like a large microwave.
Okay. I don't have room for it, but all right. So what are your thoughts? What the hell is it? Defiant 415 asks, what is your thoughts on silver and gold?
Well, I have silver and gold, but it's not. It's. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm one of those people who believes in diversity, so I have it, but I don't rely on it, if that makes sense. It's not something that, like, you know, if the grid goes down, people are... I'm not going to be there with, like, an ounce of gold being like, let me into the gas station. Like, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy.
And that was my point when someone asked me that about gold and silver. I'm like, I can't eat this shit, you know? Listen. There's a burger spot here in New York City. They sprinkle gold flakes on your burger, and the burger's $100. Outside of eating that burger, you really can't eat gold, right? And I go with more tangible stuff like, you know, liquor, cigarettes, canned goods that you can trade. All of this stuff we can trade because only a certain group of people are going to have gold and silver. I might buy some soon, but like you said, it's not my go-to. That's not going to be my deciding factor. All the other stuff that I prep and I gather, that's going to be my my trading item, if you will. Now, I have a question for you. Gina Smith, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. What is your favorite prepper book?
1 second after.
Okay, that was fast. The
Bible?
Huh?
The Bible?
Well, yes, that will definitely give you some comfort. Victus Rising, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. You guys are doing really good. I appreciate it with all the prepping ideas. Okay. Mentally prepared for what's coming. None of our other preppers now. Okay, so now, psychologically, you're talking about prepping. How do you explain that? The mental toughness that it's going to take for us to get through the next couple of years, it's going to be needed. We can't... It's not too late to build that mental toughness. But to build the mental toughness, you have to put yourself in certain situations that you might not want to do. That's why we do bug-out weekends, and we've done bug-out weekends in the cold. Because that will build your mental toughness. That will tell you where you lie. Mark, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
No more glamping for me?
Right, no more glamping.
I'm not allowed to go glamping?
What you call it, like the last, probably 3 years ago now, I went out, I built a shelter, used leaves, my sleeping bag, slept in front of a fire, and I think it was like, 18 degrees. The lowest I've gotten down to was minus 25 or 27, something like that. Minus 27, minus 28. That was the lowest I've gotten down to. And that taught me that it sucks. But nonetheless, I was willing to do what it take to survive that night.
Did you sleep that night?
Oh, I slept really good once I slipped into my contractor bag. So the contractor bag, I was wrapped up in a wool blanket, and I used a contractor bag, and that put me to sleep, and I was out like a light. It was possibly one of the best night's sleep I had in the woods.
Now
Mark,
I feel better for having a box of those.
Yeah. Mark, thank you for the donation. And a lot of people do put bikes in their bug-out plan. I don't. Prepper Princess, do you? No, right?
I have a bike, and I would definitely use it if I needed to. But I don't think it would make it all the way to my bug-out location. So I'd probably be walking half of it.
Right. NY Prepper was like, minus 27 is insane cold. It is. It was that night, actually, that was a different night. And my buddy, who I went out with, was pissed at me after that and never went to camping again because I was being an arrogant prick, right? Instead of, all right, Patty, peace, good night. Instead of, doing what he wanted to do was, getting his tent together and, and sleeping in sleeping bags, I was being a macho prick, and I'm like, no. And we both suffered the whole night in outdoors. And I think that was the minus 27 degree night. We got our asses handed to us that night. It was so bad in the morning. We both had frostnip, couldn't feel our fingers, couldn't feel our toes, and it was it was ugly. And I laughed about it even that day. I thought it was funny because it was my arrogance that got us into that situation, and I'll never do it again. So I would definitely heed to a lot of advices being in that. But now that I'm well better prepared for the cold as far as skill wise and gear wise, I probably won't run into that problem unless I lose my shit or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I have. Whenever I take a friend hiking, they never go with me again.
Yeah.
They can't keep up. Nobody can keep up.
Well, yeah, I went hunting with a guy who he left me behind, man. First of all, he's a smaller guy. He's more wiry, but he took off, boom, and I'm like, this fucking guy's gonna kill me out here, And listen, I could hold my own out there. I just couldn't believe how fast he was moving, and he had a pack on his back. But I learned to keep up with him because I don't have a choice, And the Adirondacks is one of the places in the United States you don't want to get lost. You can be lost in there for weeks before anyone finds you, let alone you finding a way out, right? So I think we are done. We're at the hour mark. Unless you want to keep going. It's up to you.
No, I'll stay. I'm having fun.
All right, very good.
I watch all your live chats, and I'm on this one, so it's even better. It's kind of like being a commenter, except you see all my comments.
Yeah.
And you respond to all of them, so it's kind of cool.
Yes, Parisha, she said, Canadian Prepper says there is not a EMP attack in November. Right, whatever. It might be, it might not be, right? We won't know until November passes. I personally believe, or think that there will not be an EMP attack. It was just something to, again, put on your radar. That's all. I don't think a lot of the things that people are saying are going to happen, right? But it's good to have it on your radar. That's all.
We got two good questions.
Go ahead.
The first one is, I lost it. Shoot. I'm sorry, Lisa. Your $9.99 question, I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry, I lost it. The other one was, what are you not prepared for?
Okay, her question was, do you have alcohol included in your preps for bartering and yourself?
I just have, no, you know what? Before I moved, I gave away all my alcohol. I don't drink at all, at all. And I was sick of storing it, and I just got rid of all of it. I've got like maybe 2 or 3 of the little airline ones for wounds, but I don't have like anything for barter in terms of alcohol.
Oh, I am a whiskey drinker, but I'm like a really, really, really bad lightweight, right? I mean, like I can have like 2 shots, maybe 3, and I'm out like a light. That's how light I am. It's because I don't drink much, but I do have enough to trade with, barter with. So the answer to your question is yes, I have alcohol to barter with. Whiskey is one of those, and I think vodka would go a long way. Wine, not so much, because after a while that goes bad. You have to keep it in the right temperature for a long period of time, whereas whiskey and vodka, you don't. And that's why I store those two. Well, not those two, whiskey. I'm looking in the vodka right now because I found a vodka that goes down like water. I mean, the thing was insane. I knew I was in trouble the minute I tasted it.
Goose something. Something Goose is the only vodka I can drink.
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, yeah.
There's one called New. I think it's N-U-E. That thing went down like water. And then someone said you can make, Ken Smith said you can make moonshine easily. All right, fair enough. I'll never try it because I don't want to go blind. I'm pretty horrible at making moonshine, but because I've never done it. But yeah, I think liquor is a must-have. Cigarettes, on the other hand, I don't know anything about it. I know people say they collect it, but I'm pretty sure cigarettes go stale. That's about all I know about cigarettes.
They do. I used to have. I think I have some cigarettes. I would have to look in my closet. It's probably buried somewhere. But I used to have the pouches of tobacco,
right,
and a cigarette roller. Because I used to be a smoker and I used to roll my own. So I had this big old pouch of tobacco and I just kept it in my preps and I go and look at it. I'm like, oh crap, this thing expired like 5 years ago. So yeah, they don't last forever. If you do go with cigarettes, I would say go with tobacco and put it in a what's the food saver thing?
Yeah, the vacuum seal bags.
Vacuum seal it, yeah.
All right, so someone said my mother said...
And put it in your fridge. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Someone said my mother said goodnight, so I guess goodnight, Mom.
Night, Martha.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. Dan McMasters again. Strikes again. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. That is pretty cool. Right, so again, you answered the cigarette question, so... And
what are you not prepared for?
Me? Mentally, I think I'm prepared for most of it. Not all of it, most of it. What I'm not prepared for, I guess this is going to take a pretty dark turn, but I'm not prepared for one of my kids passing away. That's what I'm not prepared for. Well,
you're doing all your prepping for your kids, so
right.
They should be okay.
Right. As far as events, I don't think I'm well prepared for an EMP attack. Like, I know we would get the hell out of here. I know we'd get out of Dodge and then we make it to the bug out location. But I don't know if I'm truly prepared for that. That's the one event where I'm like, shit, man. You know, that can go either way. You know. What about you?
Anything with nuclear winter. So like a volcanic eruption or some sort of where there's nuclear fallout, I'm not prepared for that mentally or physically or in terms of gear.
Yeah, fallout, well, nuclear fallout wise, I'm prepared for it. And the other thing we were going to start to do is get plants so that we seal up the windows. The plants in here will provide, you know, a cleaner air, if you will, during that duration of the fallout. Alien invasion. Lotus Flower said alien invasion. That's probably like the icing on the cake, if you will, with everything that's going on. Why not? You know. Gunner74 said first aid. I guess he's asking if we're first aid. So thank you for that question, Gunner74. Prepper Princess, you said you were an EMT years ago.
Yeah.
Do you still remember those skill sets?
I think so. I hope so. I don't know. With the CPR, it seemed to change every year. Like, I think it changed while we were in the middle of the class. But I think I remember. Like 15 and 2? Like, whatever it is, you know, I'll try something.
I'll try something until the person comes back. No, okay, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I mean, I haven't been an EMT in 16 years now. I mean, you know, I guess the fireman thing, we still do a lot of that stuff. But as far as like the trauma stuff, I still remember that. Like, it's like...
Oh, yeah, ABCs.
Yeah.
Airway, breathing, circulation.
Yeah, right. DS... Jesus, stop moving. So Lisa... Hold on, I'm sorry. DS such and such, just... DS Nubian, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Are herb a part of your preps, and how would they be stored? So she's asking, are herbs a part of our preps? I guess natural herbs, you know, peppermint, jasmine, things like that.
I used to grow it in California. I haven't grown it here yet. I'm working on, in my backyard, there's an area where the sun will kill anything here. So I have to put up something that shades the sun. And I've got all the stuff. And I probably should have put it up today, but it was too windy. I'm going to hope the wind dies down tomorrow and it won't be too hot so I can finally put it up. And doing a hydroponic system, and about 10 of the plants are expected to be like peppermint and spearmint, so that you can make not just stuff to relieve your congestion, but like toothpaste and salves and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I know I'm not. I mean, we have essential oils here, but we don't have any actual herbs. I would like to grow that stuff. And I know some of the stuff I can grow on my windowsill, but it is a big pain in the ass. Now, Mikey McMurphy asks, are you prepared for tsunami hitting New York City? Jersey had an earthquake yesterday, right? It was 3.1. It was at 2 a.m., and I didn't feel anything, and I was up around that time. And they said it was felt all the way to Queens. So Queens is past where I am. As far as tsunami goes, it depends on how high the tsunami gets. Right now, where I live, I am on a hill, and the hill is equivalent of 5 stories. So 125th Street in Manhattan is a valley. If the water gets up to the top of this hill, then it still has to reach another 5 stories. Then, if it reaches that high, we're screwed, pretty much. I mean, everyone's screwed in the
Well,
East
5
Coast.
stories can knock down the building anyway, right?
Well,
Maybe.
say again?
A 5-story tsunami could knock down the building anyway, couldn't it?
Depends on the building. Depends on, so for example, like John Lennon's building here in the city, it's a wide, pretty much like block-wide building. It would take a tsunami moving, I don't know, probably like, 200-300 miles an hour to maybe knock it over. But the way tsunamis work is not like in the movies. They come sort of like in a big flood fashion, if you will. We've seen it in Sri Lanka, and we've seen it in Japan. Well, that's more what a tsunami would look like. And again, for it to reach this high, if it reaches this high, we're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Someone was asking why I keep looking behind me, because Rocky's up to no good behind me, that's why.
Okay.
And there he is. He's right next to me now.
Yeah, because you heard his name.
Yeah.
Todd, start composting. Now you said you don't garden right now, right? You're looking to build a garden.
Yeah, it's been 115 to 120 degrees for the last month and a half.
Okay.
I'm not about to go out there in 120 degrees and build a building. So I've just been waiting for it to cool down, and today it went from like 115 to 75, and I'm freezing. I'm like shivering today. But tomorrow it's looking to be about 90 to 95, so I'll probably go out there and build it tomorrow.
All right, very good. Yes, Lisa, thank you for the donation. Yes, I was on Doomsday Prepper, and thank you for finding my channel. I don't like talking about the Doomsday Prepper much because it was stupid.
They kind of make you look crazy, don't they?
Well, you know what? I have to admit, the guy before me, Tim Ralston, he shot his thumb off, right?
Oh, yeah. He made you not look dumb.
Yes, he made me look like a rock star after that, so I do thank him for that. But they didn't, to be fair, they didn't do too bad of a job with my segment. It's just, I lost respect for the show because they went out of their way to make preppers look like assholes. And that was my thing. And it wasn't just about me, it's about all of us because, like it or not, as preppers, we get the stigma that comes with it, being crazy, tinfoil hat wearers. Now, this year has panned out, not in our favor, but why we prep this year is showing that. So we're seeing more people, being prepared. And I did have a guy on one of my videos a couple months ago say, I used to make fun of you guys. I no longer do because look what's going on.
Because now I get it. All those people who said that could never happen, it's all happening.
And that was my point to the whole, like, going back to the EMP thing. The problem is we shouldn't be short-sighted in our views of what might happen. We should definitely be... It's a nice-looking dog. We should definitely...
Somebody said they wanted a Rocky cameo. There you go. I was listening.
There should definitely be awareness of everything that can happen. And that's all it is. When 9/11 happened and the planes flew into those buildings, our lack of imagination is why that happened. Because when the FBI agent wrote the article on planes flying into buildings, he was pretty much laughed at. And then look what happened, right? It doesn't matter what you believe. If you believe it's a conspiracy, whatever the case is, that's neither here or there. The fact that it still happened is the issue. And that's why, why we prep. We prep so that we don't get caught off guard. If you asked somebody who's prepping now a year ago about a pandemic, civil unrest, they'd be like, that is never going to happen. Now look where we're in, right? We're in the middle of this stuff, right? We're in the middle of this.
What do you think about a food shortage coming up? Do you think that's going to happen?
I definitely see something happening in regards to that because I'm going to the supermarket or even when I went to Walmart 2 weeks ago to pick up the pressure canner. When I went to Walmart, a lot of the shelves they weren't bare, but they were pretty empty. There wasn't a lot of food on the shelves. So I do see that coming down the pipe. I mean, listen, that's way more realistic than an EMP attack. But I think the civil unrest that we're seeing now, we haven't seen shit yet.
No, we haven't.
And that's
I agree.
And that's the awareness that I like people to be aware of. Just look at everything. If you hear something, you're like, you know what, that could be plausible. Let me put that in the back of my head, right? So again, that's part of mental toughness. When something happens, you're not freaking the hell out. And that was my issue with it. And like you got guys here who are starting with the planes with CGI in the Trade Center. I'm like, dude, I was there. It wasn't CGI, but whatever. Listen, I'm not going to get into that. And Angryprepper just said, and guys, do me a favor for Angryprepper and Prepper Now. Visit both of their channels and like and subscribe to those channels. Those two guys are squared away as shit. New York Prepper, I'm going to do a live stream with him next week, and that should be very interesting because though we live close enough, I am going to go up and do some hunting with him later in the year as well. And I know I just put him on the spot again, but whatever. And Prepper Now, his channel's really good. I do enjoy a lot of his stuff, and he's more sensible as well. He doesn't go off the deep end like other preppers, and he's fairly new to the YouTube channel, so you guys should definitely hit his channel. And as another announcement, I confirmed it probably just an hour ago or maybe a few minutes ago. Canadian Prepper will be on tomorrow night. I will be interviewing him as well. So stay tuned for that. I didn't think he was going to agree to it, so it was a shot in the dark, and he agreed to it. So I was like, holy shit. I was a little surprised that you would agree to this too. Because you had everything going on with that stupid situation with that asshole, I didn't think that you had to.
I have never turned down an interview.
Okay, well, very nice.
Yeah.
And listen, this is not the. I know for a fact this won't be the last time we do a live stream. This is pretty good. I think the views are pretty damn high. So that this is good. And I'm going to jinx it right now. We only have 16 likes. Usually when I'm pissing people off, it's like I think
everybody hit the like button right now.
And yes,
now.
You can hit the like button or hit the thumbs down. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy. But nonetheless, either or helps out the channel, which is pretty cool. Pizza Hut is closing probably due to food supply shortage.
No, Pizza Hut has crappy pizza. That's why they're closing.
I love Pizza Hut. I really do.
I used to love their stuffed crust pizza, right? Yeah. And then I went to order the same pizza, and there was no sauce. I was like, this is just cheese and bread. Where's the sauce? I gave up on Pizza Hut, and they did that to me twice.
Okay. Well, listen, to be fair, I also haven't been to a Pizza Hut in a long time because there's none in the city. So when I do see one, I get all happy because I see them they're not around like Domino's. You throw a rock, you can hit a Domino's pizza.
I got one right up the street.
Yeah, I don't like Domino's. Sorry. Wait, you got a Pizza Hut?
No, I got Pizza Hut.
That's nice.
And Domino's. Everything here is fast food.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think my favorite thing right now is Five Guys. I'm a big Five Guys fan, and In-N-Out. I'm a big fan of those two.
I've never tried Five Guys. In-N-Out's good.
It'll change your life. I'm pretty sure. Then there's a hipster joint called Bear Burger. That is cool, but everybody in there is like, stupid hipster, and I hate hipsters.
The man bun?
Oh my God, the stupid hat. They walk around, look how cool I am. I'm like, all right, man, just give me my food and, get away from me. But
do they wear women's jeans too?
They do. They wear skinny jeans. Yeah, it's insane. It's the most insane stuff I ever said. Pizza Hut is crack. See, Prepper Now agrees. It's crack. It is. It's fairly good. When you eat there, though, not when you take it out. When you take it out, you're like, you're asking for trouble when you do stuff like that. See,
okay, I've never eaten in a Pizza Hut. I've always taken it out, so maybe that's my problem.
Well, yes, I'm going to go with that. I usually, whenever I do see one, I try to eat it there, or I order it and pick it up and not have it delivered because you're asking for troubles once you do that too. It's sort of like Grubhub here in the city. You're at the mercy of the people preparing your food to get it here, and then you get it here, and 8 things are missing from your order. and you definitely want to, like, break somebody's neck, but you can't. So such is life. So Pizza Hut is ass. Listen, guys, you know what? I do get it why people are so against it. He's the moderator for
Against pizza? They're going too fast.
And I have this thing on slow-mo. I have it on 60 seconds.
Oh, I've missed, I'm in the middle of reading it, and then it just goes up by 5, and I'm like, wait, slow down.
Lotus Flower just asked you a question.
What did they ask?
Update on the creepy wacko.
I don't know. Ever since I put my video out, I went and checked his blog one more time to see how many of my people went over there, and then I just left it alone. The guy, from what I understand of the guy, of all the research that I've been provided, I can't, now, here's the thing, is that I had to be very careful with my wording. I can't call him, come on, Rocky, hold on. Down, mister. Down. Stay down. He's knocking over the table and stuff. Stop. I can't call him a pedophile. I can't call him a stalker. I can't call him this. I can't call him that, because then he can take some sort of legal action against me. But we all know what kind of person he is. Right. And he's probably watching this chat right now.
That's good.
Huh?
I said that's good. Good for him.
Yeah. But he, when all of your, I don't even understand why he likes me. I'm too old for him. I'm 38 and he's 51 and he seems to like teenagers, and all of the videos on his blog are about, he's just crazy. He's completely insane. And then, he plays victim but it's like he's not intelligent enough to make it look like he actually is the victim. He just plays like he's a victim. He's like, I'm going to get a dog and abuse and neglect it, and it's all because of your fault. It's all your fault. It's like a guy who beats his wife, and he's like, look at what you made me do. It's really, no, I didn't make you do that. I didn't make you get a dog to abuse and neglect. And he's just crazy. He's completely insane. And then he says, he put up that, the funny thing is that he put up a blog, perfect timing. The morning I was getting ready to put out the video, I had to remake the video because you can't use somebody's picture. But then in that blog in the morning, he pretty much explicitly gave permission for people to use his photo. So he goes, people are going to put out my photo and my address, and I don't care. And I was like, you just gave me permission to use your photo that I wasn't going to use. So I put his photo on there, and there's no update. I want nothing to do with him. I don't ever want to hear about him. I don't want, again, because all my subscribers are the one who told me about it. I don't want to think about him. I don't want anything to do with this crazy wacko in North Dakota. I just kind of made him a martyr. Okay, if you're going to come after me and be a dick, I'm going to fight back. I'm not just going to sit here and get punched in the face. I'm going to punch you back. So, and I got sick of people showing up to my house. Look, if you catch me in public, I'm at Walmart or Target or a gas station or whatever, I'll talk to you for an hour. I will be like, hey, yeah, I'm Prepper Princess, how's it going? Yeah, did you go over here and there? And we could talk forever. But you come to my house, it's different. It's very, very different. I'm not going to offer you cookies and milk. I'm never going to be your friend if you show up to my house. You just creeped me out beyond creepy, and it's just not going to happen. And from this point on, if anyone shows up to my house, whether they are friendly or not friendly, I'm calling the police, because this needs to get documented. The laws need to change. YouTube needs to make changes. They need to offer more protection. It needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And ever since I came out with turning off my comments, oh, jeez, my dog's humping the pillow behind me. Stop this. Ever since I came out with the video about the comments and I turned off my comments, I'm getting no bad comments, no dickheads. It's Before, it was like 60% of my comments were jerks. Like 60% were people putting me down. And after that, I get like maybe between 2 and 5 bad comments per video out of like 20,000 views or more. So it's already made a huge difference. The problem, and it's not even a problem. So everybody thought, like, for a couple of videos, people were like, "You're a man-hating lesbian." And I'm like, okay, whoa. Yes, I'm a lesbian. Just, I can say it on this channel, but I don't say it on my channel because my grandma is elderly and frail, and I don't want, into her minds, anyway, I don't want to mess with my grandma, so I don't say it on my channel. But, okay, he's not humping anything. We're good. Like, so people are, like, assuming that I'm a man-hater, and then all these women come on my channel to come there and bash men, and it's like, whoa. Block, delete, reply, why do you think I hate men? Stop. I don't hate men. It's this one man that I hate. You know, it's this one a-hole that I don't like. So if there are women out there who hate men and they're coming over to my channel to bash men, you are not welcome to do that on my channel. That's not, I don't hate men. I just hate one. Okay? And if it were a woman, I would hate her just as much. So my channel's not for that. But, you know, since it's just way diminished. I love men. In fact, when I started talking about this crazy guy, on the back end, I got maybe 20 or 30 emails from all men who were like, "Hey, I know where you live. Don't freak out. Here's my address. Me and my 6 buddies will come and guard your house. We're all ex-vets. We will stand guard at your house for 24/7. Call anytime you need us." That's a man. That's not some sissy behind the computer saying, "Ha ha, you can't find me, but I know where you live." Sorry, I just went on a rant.
No, that's good. That was good. You went on a rant. I was only laughing because I saw what your dog was doing, and I'm sitting here. I'm waiting.
And
I'm waiting for the comments, and the comments were like they were insane. I was like, these guys are making me laugh. I'm trying not to laugh.
I told you, that's why I'm always looking behind me. Rocky's never up to any good when he's behind me.
So sorry about that. If I was sorry. So Valerie asked a question. She asked it twice actually. So sorry I didn't get to it. But Valerie asked which Doomsday Prepper episode I was on. I think I was in the first season. And it was either in the second episode or the first episode. I can't remember which one. But it's like New York City Fireman or something like that, and you'll find it. It's not much to watch, guys. It's stupid. It's a stupid episode. But nonetheless, just to answer your question, it was in the first season, second or first episode, but I can't remember. As far as your dog destroying your bed, man, that some of these comments were insane, man. They were insane.
It's a zippered pillow, so I can wash it.
Okay. But Stephanie's asked a couple questions, but she's asking best bartering things to stock up on. I would say, again, whiskey, cigarettes, especially if you're not a cigarette smoker. Food, it depends on the food. I mean, if people are out, they'll barter with it. But the problem with bartering with food is if they're desperate, they're going to take it from you. Ammo is another good one that you can barter with. Parts and supplies, if that makes sense. If you can afford the space, certain parts are like cars. You could even barter gasoline, though. Keeping gasoline around a long period of time is hard to do. If not hard, it's almost impossible. But you can keep it around for a little bit. If you have radios, communications, you can use that as bartering supplies as well. Again, sugar, rice, things of that nature, you can definitely use as bartering items. You can also use skills. If you're a doctor, a dentist, a mechanic, an engineer of some kind, you can use that as a bartering item as well. The skills, that is, right? EMTs, you can barter that skill, but that's for like trauma. As far as anything past patching up the wound, that's out of our realm. That's when you want doctor, nurses, dentists. Hell, even a podiatrist might even do good. Someone was asking you should do a live stream, but I'm having
me.
Yeah, you.
I have been threatened with being swatted on the back end. Somebody said if you ever do a live stream again, I'm going to have you swatted. But
What's swatted? swatting.
where they call the police and say all this other crap. But I did talk to one of my guys. I talked to a guy at the police department, and he said that I can go ahead and do a live stream, and he provided me with very specific instructions of what to do. Because I'm not worried about me getting swatted. I don't care about getting tackled and all this other stuff because I have nothing to hide. I worry about Rocky because Rocky truly is a guard dog in every sense of the word. And if anyone comes near me, he tries to attack them. So if cops swarm in, Rocky will get killed.
Okay.
So I talked to a cop and he told me exactly what to do. And so I think I might be able to get back to doing a live stream once a month. I just have to call them ahead of time and let them know who I am, where I live, what I look like, what time I'm doing the live stream. And they'll keep an eye out for it. They'll still come to my house, but they'll give me enough time to put Rocky into a bathroom.
That's interesting. I mean, that's the one upside about New York City. I don't have to worry about being swatted. And because I mean, you call the cops here. First of all, their response is pretty minimal now with everything going on. With them being handcuffed, they're not coming here to break my balls. So that's the one thing. Mike, see you later. That's the one thing I don't have to worry about. But that's interesting that they would do that. And
since that happened, the police have changed the laws. So now swatting is illegal. And you can get, I think it's like up to a year in prison and like a $20,000 fine or something.
Okay.
So yeah, Pepper Nurse 1 got swatted. A friend of mine rolling through life got swatted too while I was watching the chat. She was terrified. I felt so bad. And I'm sitting there in the comment section. Calm down, nothing's wrong. She's being swatted. This is normal. So, but they've changed. Well, no, it's not normal. But they've changed the laws. So I think that I'm okay with doing live chats again.
Okay. All right. Oh, listen. I mean, not trying to get in depth, but the problem with this whole thing is that here you are. You're being limited what you can do because of assholes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's different because you're a woman. Me, I take shit a lot differently, and I don't get the ball breaking you do, and I know that some males do, but I think the issue is that once you give them the green light by answering their bullshit, whatever it is, you empower them, and now they take it to the next step. It's like letting these asshole rioters out there. Nothing's being done, and now they're getting more bold. Right, and then now they're destroying stuff. Now they're punching people in the face. Now they're going to restaurants and being assholes. So it's becoming it's becoming an issue with empowering these trolls. And me personally, people try to troll me, and again, some of the stuff I say to them, they're just like, how does a human say stuff like that? Because that, first of all. It's ball breaking, but secondly, it's just how I fire back. Now, if it's really stupid, I don't even address it. Like I have a bunch of flat earthers, like they leave comments, and I'm like, I don't entertain at all because it's just like, wait a second. So every last planet in our solar system's round, and we are flat. I'm like, does that make any sense? And then you say that to. You say that to a flat earther, they tell you, die, shut up, you're stupid and ignorant. I'm like, all right, I'm stupid and ignorant. Thank you. And it is what it is.
No, and I get those too. I get all those crazy flat earther. There's this one channel, Daphne Reloaded. By the way, I never look myself up online, but you get all these emails from 10 subscribers who are like, Daphne Reloaded made a horrible video about you. I go over there and I'm like laughing at it. I'm like, that's funny, because they obviously don't watch your channel. They know nothing about you. They spew out these things as if they're facts. Like Pepper Princess is teaching you to live in a cage, like they do in Hong Kong. And I'm like, I don't recall ever telling anyone to move into a cage, but okay. And those are the ones where I just laugh. I'm just like, oh my god, you're so ridiculously stupid. You're not. But this was entertaining. Thank you for the entertainment. And in the comments, you get those ones that they're just like, you stupid B word, you're a effing blah blah blah, and you're just like, click, 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 right? But then you get the ones where they're like, I'm going to do this to you. I can't wait until... And the police won't do anything about a comment where somebody threatens to rape you after SHTF because we're not in SHTF. So somebody says, I know where you live. As soon, like, I'm going to come rape you and you're going to be my bitch after SHTF. I can't do anything because it's not a direct threat.
Oh, okay. So they know the legal.
They know the legal. So if they come up and they say, "Hey, Prepper Princess, I know where you live. I'm going to come rape you," then I can call the FBI and they can go get arrested immediately. But if they say, "Hey, Prepper Princess, I know where you live. I'm going to come rape you after the shit hit the fan," well, they didn't. They're not going to come do anything until the shit hit the fan. So I can't do anything.
Do me a favor. Your headset. Is it plugged all the way in?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're echoing pretty bad now.
Do you want me to take it out? I mean, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, give it a shot.
They're not going to come do anything until the shit hits the fan. So I can't.
All right, so give it 30 seconds.
Testing 1, 2. And do you hear an echo?
I mean, you're not echoing. You're not echoing on my end, but apparently, I mean, you're echoing on my iPad. Yeah, give it a shot. All right, so give it 30 seconds.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, some reason you're still echoing. I mean, you're not echoing.
Like, I don't even have a microphone in.
Yeah, no. Like right now, right here, on my eCam, you're not echoing, but on the iPad, you are. It's like it got worse. It might be. Are you wireless or you hardwired?
I'm wireless.
That's probably the reason. Then you might be.
I've got 5G.
Say again.
I've got 5G.
Yeah, but sometimes the signal, even 5G still weakens, and the audio sound could be affected. But it is what it is. You know what? I mean, we're at the what you call point anyway. So we could just.
Sorry about the echo, guys.
Say again. Someone
Sorry
says.
about the echo, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's still echoing. Someone said the nice psychedelic. You know what? Put the headset. Oh, you wrapped it up. I was like, put it back in real quick to see if that works. It's tapping you out. Yeah, probably right. The Observer.
They're kicking me out. They're just like, we're going to echo you off of YouTube.
Yeah, he's still echoing. Someone said the nice psychedelic. You know what? Put the headset.
Testing 1, 2, testing.
All right, let's see. Well, listen, it's a good, definitely a good test to have. She is echoing. But listen, other than that, you're a little better now.
Someone says if you were not so cheap, your lighting and whatever would be better. You know what? You're probably right. You know, I would love to go out tomorrow and spend $1,000 on a brand new iPhone. But it's funny, I can feed a lot of more people with that $1,000 than I could with a new iPhone. So I'll just keep the $1,000 and put it towards charity. How's that?
Now, am I echoing? That's what I don't understand because people say no, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's strange, but whatever. I would just get like a mic. Like I got a Rode mic, and this thing seems to be.
I've got 10 different microphones. I mean, this was not cheap. This is like $100 headset, and I'm echoing with this too. Okay, so I've got 20 different microphones that I've tried, and people complain that it does the same thing on my channel. They're like, I can barely hear you, and I'm like, look, I've got a state-of-the-art laptop. I've tried 20 different microphones. I've got my phone set on full blast. There's nothing else I can do.
You know what? We're going to troubleshoot that because someone brought up a good point. Maybe you have another mic on. You know, like so when I plug this mic in, the computer mic shuts off, and then the Rode mic stays on. If the computer mic is still on and your headset mic is on, that might be where you're getting the echo from. But maybe again, we'll try that the next time around. But that might be it. Someone brought that up. That was a good. That was actually good. This is why I like the YouTube community, because there are people who have great ass ideas.
I just did something. Crap.
Help down.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound good?
I can't hear myself.
But that's the other thing. I guess the other issue is it's just... Yeah, listen, whatever, fuck it. We're almost done anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we will definitely... Yeah, someone said mute the laptop mic. You sound good?
I don't have mute the laptop.
You sound way better now.
Okay.
You sound way better. Right. Like a couple guys said, Edian, he said mute the mic. It was you probably had the second mic on. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
All right, good. So yeah, so you do sound better. But anyway, after all of that being said, I guess we should go off the air. Plus, I did a 24-hour shift. I'm starting to get cranky.
Got it.
And
well, you are Angryprepper, so I don't want to make Angryprepper cranky. That's
unsubscribe.
bad news.
Yeah. And no echoing. All right, so one of my moderators said that the echoing is gone. All right, so good. That was one issue we fixed. But listen, we will definitely do this again. I am not. This was a good time. First of all, it was fun figuring out all the bullshit, and now that we got that done, it was just a good time altogether.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And I love doing live chats, and nobody ever invites me. So so yeah, anytime anybody wants to do a live chat, I'm up for it. If you got a channel.
Very, very good. All right, so good. Listen, guys. So we're gonna say goodnight. Prepper Princess, thank you for coming on, making this fun. Thank you for being my guinea pig with the audio and what you call it. But again, we're going to do this again, so this will not be the last time. And other than that, guys, I have NY Prepper coming up next week. We just got to figure out a date. And Canadian Prepper tomorrow night. So stay tuned to that. And then down the line, I want to do something like a multiple live stream with multiple preppers.
And don't forget to send me your address. I'll send you that small solar thingy, solar generator.
I will definitely text you that in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, I'll talk to you all later, and hopefully I'll have a live chat soon on my channel.
All right. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight, and I appreciate the donations, everyone. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.